Hey there, Johnny Daniel, your Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. Hey, it's been a minute since I've shown you how to do a project, so I figured let's do that. So this is a triple fold, fun fold card. This is Mother's Day, but it can be for anything. So I'll show you the measurements, show how to do it, and also showcase the spring corners as well as the She's the Greatest stamp sets. So you're gonna start with a card base. I am using thick white. You can use whatever color you want. This is 8.5 by 5.5, our typical, but it is scored at 2 1/8 on each side. And what I mean by that is we grab this and we stick this in here and we go to 2 1/8 and we go and we score it. I've already done it, so I'm not. And then you're gonna flip it around and do 2 1/8 again. And that's exactly half of 4 1/4, which means when you fold it, it should, in theory, exactly line up. Okay, so that's our card base. Then we have inside, we have our color, Lost Lagoon, specifically. This is 5 1/4 by 4, okay? And then we have our white, basic white, that is 5 by 3 3/4, okay? So instead of folding this, so what I do when I'm doing this card is I fold these just so I can see the lines better, and then I flatten them back out, I know. And then I glue this on and I stamp this and then glue this on, okay? And instead of doing this and then trying to glue on while it's bouncing around, I'm simply going to flip it over. Now, my hand stamp by, I do first. Why? So I know which side is up. It's just that simple, okay? So I glue my panels on, and then I stamp my words, and then I glue them onto my bigger mats, and then glue them on. Pretty simple, right? Let's hope. All right, so let's get going. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna open my ink pad, the dangerous part. So we've got Lost Lagoon here. Then I'm gonna grab my words, my hand stamp by, rather, and I'm gonna flip this over and I'm gonna stamp this so I know which side is up. Just that simple sometimes, okay? Then I'm gonna put that to the side. This is my mat, we're gonna put that up there. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp my stuff. This is the inside. So my corner is gonna say, wishing you an amazing day. Now, this is bigger than my stamp pad, right? So I'm going to put my stamp onto, or my ink onto my stamp, not my stamp onto the ink. Did you understand what I was trying to say? I hope so. All right, so I'm gonna put this tiny bit in. Hopefully it goes. Okay, yay. All right, then I've got this nice corner. This is in spring corners, and I like how it just finishes the side off. So we're just gonna put this here. Okay, so that's the hard part. I'm gonna grab my Stampin' Seal, and then we're going to put our mat in. Whoa, I guess I went too quick. Sometimes that happens. So we're gonna put our mat in here. Okay, and then we're gonna flip this over, and we are just going to get our piece in here. And I can't talk while I'm trying to make it straight. For some reason, it just doesn't work for me. So now I'm gonna flip over. I've already embossed these with the hibiscus folder. You can do anything you want, obviously, but it's a gorgeous folder. So, and I like it concave too. So we're gonna glue on the side that was supposed to be up. Okay. So we're gonna sit and we're gonna put this here. And we're going to do this again. Making sure you go slow enough, because when you put paper through the embossing folder, it does break the fibers down, so it's a little more fragile. So you want to make sure to be a little more careful. So we're going to go here. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so far so good. All right, so we're going to put that to the side. Now we're going to do our stamping. So we're going to go happy. Happy. Let's see, where did my mothers go? Mothers. And the great thing is, if you mess it up, you can always flip it over. Because it's getting glued onto a mat, you don't have to worry about things, you know, sticking out and that kind of thing. So I'm going to grab a little scrap real quick here, because I do want to stamp some flower type stuff on the edge to kind of coordinate in the hibiscus. So I've got a hibiscus, and I'm going to stamp off real quick because I don't want it that dark. I just want a little bit. So we're going to do this, and we're going to stamp off real quick. Put this here and put this here. Okay, so that's one. Just want to add a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Huff on it a little bit, bring that ink back to life, see what we get. Yeah, not bad. Okay, and we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this just to give a little bit, right? Okay, so I think that's all our stamping. So we're just gonna close this up a little bit. All right, so now we're gonna get rid of that scrap so I don't get it in the way of anything, because you never know. And we're gonna flip all these over. And I do a lot of stuff assembly line. When I've learned, now that I'm selling at farmers market, I've learned that if I'm doing a couple things, get it assembly line so it goes a little quicker. So there's our mothers. And you notice I don't tend to do as many gems. One, they get expensive, and two, it makes it harder to mail stuff. And now with the mail keep going up and up and up, I'm just like, I'm trying to simplify a little bit so people don't have to do extra postage. It's bad enough the first time out. All right, so now we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go Happy Mother's Day. So the top two are gonna get glued on, or the top and the bottom are gonna get glued on the left side, and then the middle one is gonna get glued on the right. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna flip over. These are my left side. This is my right side one. So I'm not even gonna go to half. And then these ones gonna go to here. I need to do a little more there. Okay. So we're gonna do that. Okay, now I'm gonna start in the middle. I'm gonna try to get dead set in the middle. I've cut this mat to go all the way across, as you can see, I hope. And then we're gonna, now I don't want to push a lot on that ink, so what I'm gonna do is go here instead. So there's one. This is my bottom one. So we're gonna put this here. Okay. And so far so good. And then this one is gonna go right here. And that is that card. So I hope you enjoy. And that is also the spring corners, as well as She's the Greatest. Let me show you what they look like. I love this one just because it has all the corners in it. And then this one I loved because It had Mom and Mother's Day, mothers rather, but it wasn't all in one piece, so I could do a lot of different things like Happy Dog Mother's Day, Happy Cat Mother's Day. The stage in life my kid is in, there's a lot of people that have pets but not kids yet. So just got to include, right? So that way everybody can get impacted. So anyways, that is what I have for you today. Follow me for more, and thanks so much. Again, Johnny, your Stampin' Up! Independent Demonstrator. Bye-bye.